What's up, Roulette Fools? Brent with AOB, another Road to the Million videos. Today, we're going to showcase two strategies. Both of them are from CEG in terms of they showcase them on their channels. One was submitted by a member, one of our members, Champion, and the other from one of our moderators, SoCal DGen. So I'll give you my thoughts. Let's go check them out and give them a go. All right, here, let's go. Okay, here we go. The first one we're going to do, they call it CEG. I don't know who submitted it, but they call it Triple X. Let's load it up here. And we have 1 unit on all these splits, if you can see there. So you're covering 30 numbers, and the payout in this case is going to be 3 units. So we're putting a unit on all those. So in essence, it's $15 payout, okay? Now the bet is $75, covering 30 numbers, okay, with the payout of 15, all right? 30 number coverage, payout of $15, as you can see that. So let me say that a different way. 30 number coverage, payout $15 on a $75 bet. 5 double streets covers 30 numbers, $15 per street. Pays out $15. So this is basically exactly 5 double streets right here. This is your 5 double streets, except it's in a cool pattern. Okay, but we're going to give it a go. I mean, I love 5 double streets, so there's no reason I'm not going to love this. I'm just not, this isn't any different. Okay, now what you could do with this, if you want to, is you can take this from 5 double streets and convert it into Romanowski. Boom, there you go. You just turned this into Romanowski. All right. Now what you have is you have an $80 bet returning $10, or 8 units returning 1 unit. That's Romanowski. Romanowski is 8 units returning 1 unit. So you can do that, and we could keep going. We could cover another one, but that, I guess, is the flexibility of this one that you can go. You can see we only won 10 numbers, but you are covering the 0-2 if you want. You could also, if you wanted, pull this down like this and cover the basket here, the 0, 1, 2, 3, and you would get extra on these. These would be partial losses here, right? So let's pull it down like that. That way we're covering these 2 numbers and we're giving added coverage, but we're only making 2 units instead of 3 units. So I don't like that. When you get into really high coverage, adding just an extra number or 2, beyond 5-to-1 ratio, I'm not a fan of. It just gets really, a 5 double streets is already difficult enough to recover on, right? Let alone, but we're doing well so far. Let's keep it going. And the recovery is exactly the same as you would have with Romanowski, or which you would have with 5 double streets. So on 5 double streets, 1 loss, you have to win 5 times if you flat bet. Now you can get to that 5 any way you want. You can bet flat bet 5 times, you break even. You can martingale 2 times and then bring it back down to base bet for the 3rd time. That would get you even. You can 3x it, and 3 times get you 1 up, or 2 times get you actually 1 base bet profit up. So there's a loss. So what we're going to have to do, because we're basically putting Romanowski, we're going to have to double, and we're going to have to win this twice. Okay. So now we're 4xing twice. That gives us our 8 because we're at an 8-to-1 ratio. Okay. So you could effectively still do this on 5 double streets if you want to. And in fact, if you want to cover 1 less number, but have the same number of chips on 5 double streets, you could cover the 1-4 double street here and then put a 1 unit on this, and you would effectively be covering 1, 2, 3, and 0 the same, except you would be having extra coverage on those. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Because we put this 1 here, that 1 in the basket. All right, let's go back to it. And we're going to put the unit here instead of here. So this gave us an extra banger right here, right? This gave us an extra banger right there. So, all right. Let's see what we can do now. And you can see we're up to 190 on it. And it would be interesting to do this in a head-to-head, right? Just take regular 5 double streets, take this one. They will do exactly the same. But you could also play with this one. I mean, you can do it with 5 double streets as well, but you could play with this one in a little differently ways. For example, all right, we got whacked again. All right, see? Finding the holes. 1, double, double. We're going up 4x here. We're going to have to win it twice. We got lucky last time and hit the... So if we hit the 1 or the 3, those are jackpot numbers for us. Let's keep going. And I'm going to play it this way. So effectively, we've gone, like I said, from 5 double streets. We're now playing Romanowski. If you wanted to, you could get rid of this one here and you could put 1 unit on any one of these and give yourself a single jackpot, two jackpot numbers. I'm not crazy about that because the chance of you hitting those are going to be pretty slim. Wow. We are going downhill fast. All right, we are going to double, double again. And now we are at a 1280 bet, just like that. So the problem, I've told you guys this in the past, the problem with laying bets like this is when you visually look at the table, it looks like you pretty much have everything covered. And the reality is we sort of do. You've got what? You got 6 numbers up here, right? Excuse me, 4 numbers. No, 5 numbers here. We got 5 numbers that are uncovered. And okay, phew. All right. So let's keep going. But you look at this. I mean, look at the table here. You look at this and go, wow, we got pretty much everything covered. But you don't. We still have 5 numbers uncovered. We have 11, 14, 23, 26, and 35, right? So you have 5 numbers uncovered. We're covering 32 numbers. That's Romanowski. Okay. Now the difference between Romanowski and this one is the 0 and the 2. Normally they would pay out the same as the rest of these, which is 1 unit or whatever your base unit is on the bet. In this case, 0 and 2 they are, oh, look at that. We hit 1 again. It's a banger. Oh my gosh. What a good call on that one, huh? To move that down there. All right, we're going to go again. We're going to put it back down there then. We hit it twice. We've been bailed out with that one, hitting it twice so far. So the difference between that and putting it down at the bottom is you have these partial losses. That was the word I was looking for, is partial. You have these partial losses. So, you know, do with that what you will, but you can move it around. I mean, ideally, I only play 5 double streets. You know me, I'm not a 0 chaser, so I don't really... We hit it again. She has hit 1 3 times for us. God bless you. All right, let's play one more win here or one more recovery. And then we're going to go to the next one. We're already here about almost coming on 8 minutes. So I'm trying to keep these around the 15 to 20 minute mark. So I want to do this so we can get to our next strategy. And I'll show you how that one works. But this one, if you know 5 double streets, exactly the same. Your recovery is exactly the same. Your coverage is exactly the same. Your payouts are exactly the same. So it's just a different way of placing your chips. And if you like patterns, I mean, it says triple X. That's pretty cool, right? Triple X. Oh, we got whacked. All right, we got a double, double. Gobble, gobble. Double, double. All right, here we go. All right. And I think that's the second time she's hit black on us, isn't it? Or 35. Yeah, she hit 35 back here. So she's hit it twice on us. But we were fortunate to get 1 3 times, which is a banger number. Come on. This would be amazing if we get a 1 or a 3 on one of these last spins here as we attempt to recover. We're going to have to win this twice if we just go normal. Actually, yeah, we're going to have to win this one twice just to break even because it's an 8-to-1 strategy. 32, there's 1. You can see we're up here at 885. We're at 845. We need to bet it again. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. Now, you can do this. So Champion said, hey, can you do something with this to juice it up? And the answer is not really. I mean, he said he likes putting the 0-2 as coverage. In looking at, I would rather pull it down to the basket, give myself these 2 banger numbers and make these 2 partial losses. That's just me. Obviously, it can go either way. For today, only today in particular, it worked out for us, right? Oh my gosh. Look at this hole finder. She is whacking us on those holes. All right, we're up to a 1280 bet. I mean, there's only a couple numbers. I mean, that's pretty crazy. We're 5 and 9. I don't know what it's been lately. I don't know what it's about these tables, but we should be getting just under a 5-to-1 ratio. We're covering 81% of the board roughly here. So our ratio here, this isn't even a 2-to-1 ratio. I mean, that's friggin' terrible. I mean, it really, really, really is. That's insane. We shouldn't be having ratios anywhere near like this. All right, there's a hit. We got to get more. We got to get more. Now we're going to have to hit probably 3 of these at this level. I mean, and that is the danger of Romanowski. I am not a fan of Romanowski. I'm not. Some people say, oh, it's the high coverage. You can't lose on it. You absolutely can lose on it. Look how many times we've lost on it. We were really fortunate to be bailed out on those ones, right? But you absolutely can lose it. And recovery is so hard. 5 double streets recovery is hard enough. 9 streets recovery is hard enough. All right, let's recover and get over to this other strategy. I definitely want to get off of this one as quickly as possible, just because we have a nice little profit here. We're at 1280. We lose this one, we lose all our profit, and we got to go up even higher bet, which I don't really want to chase that one. So let's see if we can get lucky, and if she cannot, please hit us on a whack. 33, phew. Okay, where does that take us? 845, we're at 885. We're going to go down to base bet here. We're going to double it up here. So we have a $150 bet. Let's see what we can do with this here. Again, you don't have to worry about the payouts on all these here. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put the units back down here. You don't even have to match the units right here. We could put 5. It just means your partial loss on the 0 and 2 is going to be higher. So you could do a partial bet on here. Let's say in our case, we're doing $5 units, right? You could put $2 there. You could put $2.50 there. You could put something there if you wanted partial coverage, but didn't want to go all the way with it. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's a partial loss. We won $90. All right. We're going to rebet at a 160 and we're going to martingale just one time and see if we can get a hit. So there we go. There was our loss. Boy, 6 and 11. This is outright terrible. This is less than 2-to-1 for this high coverage system. Unbelievable. That's gambling. So when people say, what's a safe system? There's no safe system. You can have some maybe safer systems, but nothing's safe. 27. All right, there's a hit. Where are we at? 885 is our high. Or no, 815. So we have brought back, right? Our high was 885. We're going to go ahead and rebet this and see if we can get back to session profit. We're already at 12 minutes and 23 seconds. So let's see if we can hurry up so that we at least have a few minutes to play this second strategy and give it a fair chance. Saying right now, if we run a little bit over 20 minutes, we might do that. All right. So ranking this based on anything else, I think after a while, it gets really hard to come up with other stuff, right? I mean, it really does. Gosh, we still have not recovered back up here to 885, but that's okay. We're going to move on. We're going to go to 4 corner press. Okay, here we go. So this is actually 5 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you'll notice 4 of these corners have 2 units. 1 corner has 1 unit. Okay, this is a push. These here are going to win the number of units that you have down. So we have 9 units down if we consider $5 our unit. We have 9 units down. If we win this, we win 9 units. 28, there's a profit. We win $90. So what we're going to do in this case is we're going to take those extra 9 units and we're going to press it onto our bet. All right, that's the next progression. This is a positive progression. So we win the first time. We are going to press our bets and keep pressing our bets. It just doesn't stop there. All right, let's go. If you hit the 1, they called that a reset. It's basically a break even, whatever. All right, let's keep going. And 25 is another hit. So now what we're going to do is we just won 18 units, right? So we're going to press it and we're going to press it up another 9 units. All right. So we're pulling back money, but we're pressing each step that you win. We're going to be pressing it 9 units, basically adding 1 base bet to this every single time we lose until we get to 4. Once we go to 4 presses, then we reset. Now, in the instructions, they say keep going. They keep going. They keep pressing. I'm not going to keep pressing. I'm not going to keep pressing. All right, there's a win. We're going to press. What the hell? Let's press one more time. Here we go. Press it. Okay. Let's see what happens. Again, this 7, 8, 9, 10, those are pushes, and I would just rebet it. Now, I don't know. SoCal really didn't write down on here just exactly how far you're supposed to be going. Reset the corner if you hit a reset or 11. Okay, yeah. He just says, and so on. I don't know if in the way they were doing it, you just continually press your bets or you pull it back. There's another win. We're doing really, really well. Now me, progression's our life. I'm not going to be so risky. I'm going to go all the way back down to base bet. He didn't really say what you do when you lose either. Let's see what he says. He didn't say anything about when you lose. This is a positive progression. Every time you get a hit, if you hit on the corner, yeah, he didn't say anything. Shame on you, SoCal. SoCal didn't put anything in there about losing. So I'm going to have to talk with that young man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to martingale when I lose. Okay, I'm going to martingale when I lose. I am messaging him right now as we speak so I don't forget. Shame on you, SoCal. You know better. You know better than to just leave it like that. All right, let's go. If you don't know, I'm just telling anybody, if you don't know or there is no recovery, then just say on losses, you just stay the same, flat bet it, pull it back one, whatever. But you got to put an indication because you are going to lose on this. All right, so that's a flat bet right there. That is a break even. So we're going to keep going. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. So if you're a fan of positive progression strategies, and I'm really not, then, you know, this is not a bad idea because this is basically Mickey Mouse 1, you know, at the very beginning. So, all right, let's go and see what happens. All right. So this, we did triple X and we did 4 corner press. There is another win. All right. So what we're going to do is, even though we won, I'm going to rebet it and I'm going to press it up one more time. So even though we lost, we martingaled it. I'm just going to make it up that when we martingaled it and we won, we're going to press up our bets and keep pressing every time we win. When we lose, press it. And at some point, I'm just going to have to decide when to pull back on it. Who knows? But maybe that's why he did it, to leave this to my imagination. So I would just have to flounder and guess. I don't know. All right, here we go. And looks like our graph is not working. All right, we're going to press again. There we are, 2040. All right, I don't believe our graph is working here any longer. We started out with $10,000. We are 1,080 up. This is showing 1260. So, oh, we got 1,080 down here. Yeah, so we are at 1260. Never mind. This is somehow, I've been looking at this. It didn't look like this even moved right here. All right, 14's a loss. We're going to martingale. Now, I can tell you right now, the reason why I don't like this press your bet so many is because with 20 numbers, you can go through a lot of whack. So I would almost be like win, press, and then get out. I don't know if I would do more than 1 or 2 presses, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan. I mean, you can have this where you have this break even. I prefer like Mixie Mouse 1 where it's just everything's the same. All right, look at that. Boom. We're up there. So I'm not going to press anymore because we're up nicely. I'm going to pull this all the way back down to base bet and see how that goes. All right, we're at 19 minutes. We're at 1,440. Let's see if we can grab $1,500 I'm trying to think how much over, because I promise you guys I wouldn't be doing. Anyway, so again, whatever your total units are, when you win on these normal corners, not this half corner, these all double your bet, basically. Okay, there's a 30, that's a loss. We're going to martingale. We're going to martingale. Now, the nice thing is, like we just saw, when you hit these, because you have less of a bet here, right? It's giving you a little bit more on these, give you a little bit more on. So if you like that, you could even, I've seen it before, you could even take this down to half. That would give you $5 extra, or excuse me, that would give you 10 extra, 2 extra units right here. And you could stack 2 units somewhere else. You could put 2 units on a double street, right? You could do a lot of different things with these. Oh my gosh. Hole finders. So I'm telling you about, when you get into these 20 number systems, you can go through a whole lot of misses on this. All right. We are at 1305, still great profit. I don't think I'm going to chase this too far, but let's just see. We got a little bit of room to keep chasing it. So I definitely want to hit it up with you guys so you guys can see. I like, as I said before, it's not how much you win when you have a great session. It's how much do you lose and what does the recovery look like? That for me is more important than almost anything. Okay, there's a win, and look at that. That got us all the way into profit. So we were a previous set, we were 1440. We are now at 1485 in 21 minutes. All in all, those two strategies did really well for us. I think we got incredibly lucky hitting a banger number that I moved that chip down to the 1230 corner and the basket, and we got really lucky hitting that thing 3 times. So anyway, all right, let me know what you think in the comments on these two strategies. Let me know if you see any improvements. I've seen a lot of these 5 corners and that 3 corners. I've seen it where it's 3 corners have double, 2 corners have less, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let me know what you think about that, and be good humans. Make 2025 our year, right? And please only use disposable income. You know it. Blah, blah, blah. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers.